Roads and Transport Authority in Dubai has introduced several projects to enhance traffic in Hatta, Aoud Al Mutena 1 and Al Safouh 1 areas. Now, these projects focus on making the roads more efficient, reducing congestion, and enhancing safety for everyone using the roads.
The RTA finished building the Hatta Souk roundabout during the Dubai Hatta Road, along the Dubai Hatta Road, resulting in a 60% decrease in travel time, which is amazing. Additionally, a new U-turn has been constructed near Wadi Hub on the same road in the Oud Al Matina 1 area. Traffic improvements involved widening Street 31 from 1 lane to 2 lanes in both directions, and that's near the Emirates Cooperative Society, and adding side parking spaces for shoppers. These enhancements have doubled the street's capacity from 1,200 to 2,400 vehicles per hour.
Now, regarding Al Safouh area, a parking facility has been built in Al Safouh 1 with approximately 112 spaces alongside a roundabout designed to improve traffic flow around Shuaifat School on Hassa Street. This setup has optimized the drop-off and pick-up process for students, ensuring the adherence to the highest traffic safety standards. Hussein Al-Banna, CEO of the RTA Traffic and Roads Agency, stated, "The identification of roads requiring improvement is based on 4 main factors: traffic studies, traffic control areas, public feedback, and field observations by RTA teams." He further emphasized the agency's focus on identifying necessary traffic solutions to manage congestion and implementing them effectively.
That was my old traffic spot.
Same.
Shuaifat School. So they've just fixed it.
So you must have struggled a lot.
Yeah.
You should maybe go back there. Maybe you should go back.
Fabulous. The teachers are just going to be so excited about this, and the parents. Although I was on a school bus, we got there early, and then I was a KG teacher, so we left a little bit early, so we didn't actually really get stuck. But I know for any school, traffic congestion at travel times is frustrating. So this is going to be great news for Shuaifat School goers.
100%. I mean, as well.
What did you? Okay.
Well, as well, by the way, not only that, I remember when I used to go to work, my work used to be in Media City. I used to work
same traffic
every day, literally. And I would get back home, and my home, I had to go through the Shuaifat School to reach my home because I have to go through the Hassa Street and get to Tikom. That's where I used to live. But, oh my God, the traffic was insane. And it was, I would be like so like angry, like, you know, like I'm tired, I want to get back home. And the traffic was insane. Maybe...
I want to ask actually, so at the beginning of Ramadan, getting home was really challenging in the first couple of days. Has that gotten better?
Yes, it has. And I've noticed that at the beginning, I thought, you know, I was gazaning myself. I was like, Farah, maybe it's just a coincidence. It would take me 2 hours to get home. Okay, I'm not even joking. You know, for like a 40-minute ride, it would take me 2 hours from how crazy the traffic would be. But of course, when it started to get better, I was like, Farah, don't be crazy. It's just a coincidence. And then it happened, like, I would say several times, and I'd be like, something cooked here. Something's happening. What is happening? But yeah, it is actually getting better.
I think it was just a big mix of floodwater still hadn't drained in Sharjah, so leading to traffic on that side of the city, and then a couple of bumps because, as you know, I fasted yesterday.
Yes.
And I couldn't decide whether or not I would drive to iftar.
Okay.
Or I would get a taxi. And I decided, because I had a couple of errands to run, I decided to drive.
Okay.
My brain function at that hour of the day after fasting all day was not working. Like,
the brain is not braining.
It is so impressive that everyone who fasts comes to work every day and gets a full day's work done. I really struggled, and my mum was in the car beside me, and I was so grumpy, and she was talking, and I was like, I physically cannot concentrate on 2 things at once. And whenever one thing caught my attention, I noticed I could only give my attention to one thing. You know the way our brains work, we're able to maybe have a conversation and drive at the same time. For example, when I started zoning into what my mum was saying, I'd forget where I was going on the roads. Yeah. So I couldn't do two things.
Yes.
My brain was just broken.
It is, by the way, a thing because like when you know like how my mom, when I was like younger and I would not finish my food and I would not eat, she would describe it to me as like, Farah, the car does not drive without fuel. And that's how the brain works.
Smart
Your
mama.
brain will not work and you cannot think if you don't feed it proper nutritious food. Because I used to like wake up every morning and the only thing I would eat is Nutella. Literally.
Delicious.
I mean,
what a fabulous morning.
Yes, but I would not eat anything. Like if my mom would make for me like a proper nutritious breakfast.
Not for you.
No, I would throw a tantrum and I'd be like, I want my Nutella sandwich right now. And even like when I would travel.
What age were you?
I was really young. I was like in KG2 and even like grade 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It was like my breakfast. My breakfast was a Nutella sandwich.
You know what's so...
Just a scientific quotation that the body needs 70% water for food.
Oh, interesting. The body needs 70% water. I was just going to...
You have 20% food and 10%
Yeah. Interesting. That is true.
I love that Nutella sandwich because, you know, when we grew up as kids, like obviously our palates have changed. Yes. But what was that one kids meal that you would have? That's kind of really weird now. Mm-hmm. But when you were a kid, that was like it.
Nutella.
Nutella sandwiches.
You know, because like I used to adore Nutella, Casey. I'm not even joking. Like I used to be like crazy, and to the point where like whenever I would like go to my friend's house for a sleepover or something like that, I was like young, and her mother would call my mom and be like, your daughter is eating a lot of Nutella. Is that even normal? And it's not normal because it's not healthy, of course, for like a
any other kids Nutella obsession? Masa, Hisham, what was your like kids meal? Something delicious or just something weird? Peanut butter. Oh, that's now.
But that's healthy.
So good. But it doesn't matter if it's healthy. It's like it was. So for example, like. You know, you'd be given. I would go to a restaurant, and you know, there might be something there. Like, I'm only having this, because you know, kids. I'm only having chicken tenders. Like when I went to a chipper, I would only have a chicken burger with plain chicken burger with tomato ketchup. That's all I would have. And for when I was in primary school, my lunch every day was microwaved apple and cheese.
Ooh, microwaved apple.
Yeah, weird one. But like every day I'd come home and that would be it. I'd be like,
that is so cool. What was like
just a strange one.
Yeah, what was like your favorite, I would say, breakfast as a kid? Like what would like, because you know, like as kids you wake up and you think breakfast is not important, so you don't have it. You think you don't need to have it. But what was like your breakfast?
I love how our show always goes to food. Sorry, I'm exhausting.
Maybe because I'm hungry.
Did you have Cheetos?
Oh yes.
No, not Cheetos. Wheatos, the chocolate ones. Wheatos, they're just a great cereal. They're like Cheerios, but they're thicker and they're chocolate based. Okay. So the milk would go chocolatey, and we wouldn't always have them. But when you did, when they were at home, because cereal you know, there was like the fancy cereal. It wasn't like Rice Krispies and Kellogg's Crunchy Nut.
I mean, I don't think we had that because I was like 1 year in Dubai. But one thing that's actually hilarious is that my mom would try to change my breakfast by getting me chocolate cereals, and she would like she'd be like, Farah, look, this is chocolate. It's made out of Nutella. You can eat it. And I'd be like, I don't believe you, but okay. But then she would think like, I will drink the milk because it's gonna get chocolatey after having the chocolate cereal inside. But I would not drink it.
Do you?
Oh yes,
cornflakes. Yeah. So cornflakes was always there. But then our Wheatos, they were like a little bit more, so they were the fancy cereals. So when that was there, that was a treat. Do you still have a Nutella obsession?
I don't eat it. I don't know what happened, but I just don't eat it. I used to have like a chocolate obsession. I remember like when I was like younger, after every meal, literally after dinner, I need to have like minimum 2 Kit Kats. On spot, I need 2 Kit Kats or even 2 Galaxies or anything chocolate. I was crazy. But
sometimes when you tell stories, you sound like a child diva. I was one too, because I need this. Mom, where's my Nutella?
Yes, literally, I was a child diva. I was like, it's like, I need this right now, and I want it right now. I remember calling my mom, seeing the Nutella ad on screen on NBC3. I'm like, Mom, she's a pharmacist, so she was in the pharmacy, and I'm like, Mom, there is this thing called Nutella. Please get it for me. And she was like, okay. And then she literally came back and she got me Nutella. And I remember thinking, oh my God, my mom is a hero. She got the Nutella that was on